When the reality set in that I needed to find work, it started to become frightening. As our money started to dwindle, I became very concerned.
When Jason Abbott lost his job, he decided it was time to pursue his lifelong dream, to work full-time as an artist.
It was all-consuming passion. From the very beginning, that I felt God's pleasure in me when I painted or drew.
I knew in my heart that that's what he was supposed to be doing, and that was what God had for him to do.
The question was, could Jason support his family selling his paintings? He rented a kiosk in a mall and painted as shoppers passed by. For the first 3 weeks, he didn't sell a single painting. As
I started in my second week, I think I really started to get concerned because nothing was happening, nothing was going the way I'd hoped.
As Christians, the Abbotts believe in tithing. Even through this tough time, they continued to give.
Whatever I got, I tithed faithfully with whatever we had. Even when it didn't look like I was going to be able to afford it, we did it anyway.
The fourth week was a different story. Jason made $3,000 selling his artwork, and that was just the start.
My sales probably at the end of the third month had doubled.
A few weeks later, Jason picked up a copy of Pat Robertson's book, The Secret Kingdom. He read about the law of reciprocity, which says, as you give, you will receive.
These laws that were as immutable as gravity. Most people were governed by them, but they didn't understand that. I felt like I had been, privy to some amazing information. I was so excited about the book.
Jason and Deborah then joined the 700 Club.
As my income dramatically increased, every time it increased, I said, well, give them more. Not so I would get more, but just because I was so grateful that we were able to do what I was always wanting to do with my life.
Jason has seen his sales increase every year. In fact, he's now among the top 1% of earning artists in the United States.
God's faithfulness is greater than any circumstance you have.
God is faithful. You still might have down times. You have to have faith and know that God sees the bigger picture.
His way has been perfect for me. He has been generous, and I couldn't afford not to tithe. I tithed when I could barely afford to pay my bills. I tithed anyway because I knew that the only thing in my life that was absolutely trustworthy and true was Him.